Hey, welcome. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast is brought to you by Metalworks Body Shop in Coopersville, Michigan. These dudes fix cracked up motorhomes that are, motorhomes. Yeah, I don't know what the hell my problem is already. 30 seconds into this podcast, I'm already stupid. Travel trailers, fifth wheels. Basically, when you take that thing camping up north, occasionally that thing's going to get all damaged somehow. Maybe somebody's going to sideswipe you. Maybe you're going to be drunk trying to park it into the campsite and kablamo. All right. They repair those things, make them look good as new, peel off those decals, fix the damage, match the paint expertly. You go into this one room, they've got like this wall of paint, and all these different tints, and then they match the paint perfectly. It's really cool. You get high when you go in there because of the paint fumes, man. If you want to go right to the moon, you walk in there and just, yeah. So there you go. I don't think that they necessarily want me to use that as a selling point for their ad campaign. Metalworks Body Shop. Get high in the paint room. Thank you to Metalworks Body Shop in Coopersville, Michigan. That mecca of RV goodness, RV repair goodness. At Metalworks Body Shop. All right, what else we got here, man? Oh, my gosh. Kim Lazera. She distributes Singular products. What is that? All right, first of all, you spell it Xyngular. Okay, so if you're fat as hell and then you started a workout plan, you're trying to eat right, and you're like, I don't know, man, it just doesn't feel right. Try these products from Singular. They boost metabolism. They help with energy, and, you might even sleep better because of it. Improve your metabolism, maybe your sex drive. All these little potion concoction things. She's like, you got to try this, okay? Singular products, if you're thinking about exploring this a little further, click on her logo in the lower sponsor scroll. It'll take you right to her Facebook page if you have any questions for Singular distributor Kim Lazera. And, of course, Shoreliners. The owner is AHL referee and Olympic ice hockey referee, the one and only Tim Mayer. Pride of striping parking lots. The best in the business, Shoreliners Striping. Online at shorelinerstriping.com. They'll stripe your parking lot expertly for a great price. The inside of your workplace might need painting, your COVID area. John stands here. Arrows on the floor, all that stuff. Shoreliner Striping does that, and they paint athletic fields when and if the kids are ever allowed to play sports again. I saw somebody post something that said, Governor Whitmer actually, this is what someone believes, actually does not want kids, wants them to not play college or high school football because she just wants to control them. That's what actually somebody believes. That's how stupid this whole thing has gotten. My God, and I'm not faulting anybody for believing what they believe, but oh boy, this thing is so far down the road, it's unbelievable. All right.
Hey, what's happening?
This is a softball,
and this is a home run. Call it a binging. Nice boobs, Kyler. We're getting
Binging. Let's go.
Jab, daddy. All right, it is the 20th of August, 2020. Here we go. Podcast begins now, officially.
And now, here's a guy who got tired of being fired by corporate radio. So he took up being fired by Patreon subscribers instead.
This is a softball?
It's the Eric Zane Show podcast.
This is a softball? And it's a home run. Call it binging.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Kyler. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast. Oh, boy. Sun burning in again on my face. welcome to you. Like I see, Michael Ball is there. Michael Ball, the sponsor of Celestial Excitement. Zaniac Dirk is in the house. Melinda, who I spoke with last night. My cousin John is here. Jason Schaefer, what is going on with you? Zaniac Tyler, missed you at paintball yesterday. Gabe, he says, good morning, fellow douchebags. With love. Dean Root is part of the Patriot group. The King Patriot, though, is Patriot Nick, who yesterday at paintball, Jason Mays from JM Synthetics was playing paintball with us, and he referred to when Zaniac Patriot Nick speaks, because he's from Maine, he refers to his accent as, quote, lobster talk.
Oh, yeah. Why ain't Mike here?
I'm going to send him another message.
Yeah, I'm going to send him another message.
I'm recording to the cloud.
Now that's a fun group right there.
What's happening to Nick?
What is happening to Nick? What is happening? It's lobster talk, I tell you. All right, welcome in. So this show, as you know, it is streamed live every day on my various social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. In fact, follow on YouTube. That's the one that's toughest to get people to the party to. Follow on YouTube, search Eric Zane Show. If you subscribe to it, you're helping me out immensely. If you want to help the show in any way grow this, well, there's several ways, but one in particular is following on YouTube. When you search it out and you subscribe to it, and you hit the little bell notification, and then if I do a video, you give me a thumbs up. I know it sounds dumb, but these things all matter. So thank you so much for being part of the show. Facebook, the live stream brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Twitter is a Blue Frost IT joint. At Eric Zane Show on Twitter. We did Instagram Instant Trivia yesterday with the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. That was fun. They take care of the Instagram page. And I know I've said it before, but I swear that I have a sponsor for YouTube. And they are legit in a holding pattern because of COVID. I mean, seriously, a startup business. And because most businesses are open except for like Don's Bowling Alley, which is just insane that is even a thing. Yeah, and also this business too. I'm glad I mentioned that because it reminded me. I have 9, count them, 9 $25 gift certificates to Big Dick Donnie's Bowling Alley, all right, up in Howard City, Michigan. Now, this place is a historic bowling alley. It's a historic building. I mean, Howard City's an old-ass town. You guys, basically a one-stoplight town is Howard City. So Don Veltman, in this current incarnation of the podcast, doing it like this since January of 2019, was the first one on board with this show. And, we had a little bit of history, positive history on BBL. And so Don was the first one to say, hey, man, I want to sponsor the podcast with Back Alley Comedy Club. Now, Don is, for years, has been a great bowler. And he, maintained that type of bowling aptitude, virtually a professional bowler. And got into the game and bought a bowling alley. It's like a lifelong dream for the guy. And he bought this old school place called Howard City Lanes. I think they've got like six lanes in the place. It's old, man, but it's awesome. It is. It's virtually untouched. Okay, and so the whole place gets shut down. Not only that, he can't host comedy events because that's the other thing he does is he has various acts show up not only at Howard City Lanes but at the Back Alley Comedy Clubs in, the big one is in Muskegon at Sherman Bowling Center. So his livelihood since March has been wiped out, okay? He can still serve food and drink at the bar side of Howard City Lanes. But in Michigan, you cannot, the bowling centers are not open. One of only 4 states in the union. And it's got a lot of people scratching their heads as to why, because of all the industries that have people gathering. That one has a lot of protocols and built-in things to make it so that they can be socially distant. Let's be honest. If someone's really good at bowling, do you really want to stand next to that person in the first place? They're usually like a fat fuck. But, all right, that's neither here nor there. Sorry, Don. It's a little bit of Eric Zane Show podcast. I love you comedy coming at you. So he's just been kicked in his gigantic dick for the past however many months. Well, from the kindness of strangers, because two things developed. Zaniac Dirk won on trivia against Dale, and he donated that money back to Don. It was only $25, but whatever. He donated that money back to Don, and then he said, Eric, why don't you buy a gift certificate to Don's bowl? I don't never come up with these ideas. It's always you guys. Why don't you do this, Eric? Buy a $25 gift certificate to the bowling alley and then give it away in the podcast. And then, when Don gets going again, well, he'll get the money now, and then that'll help him along and maybe make him feel good because Don's he's like all of us. He's got something going on upstairs that makes him go, oh fuck. I mean, who could blame him? So that was cool of Dirk. Well, then Zaniac Mike Ball, who is the brainchild behind MB Distributing, who that business is that's like a lunch pail type of business, MB Distributing. Okay, blue collar. This is the guy who, for all of the area that I live in, West Michigan and even beyond, he's the guy that gets all of those Little Debbie snack cakes. I've talked about him many times on the show. He's given me a bunch of prizes for Fear Bunker Trivia, the sugar coma, sugar orgy. You got the zebra cakes and the honey buns and those strawberry shortcakes. Oh, my God, impossible to eat one. He said, hey, man, I've been doing very well during the pandemic, so I want to help out Don. It turns out that this all unfolded, and it was really great because he said, yeah, I'm going to give you $100 and you go buy some. And this is like unrelated. What Dirk did and what Mike Ball did at MB Distributing, it just happened. I'm like, oh, this is great. So he comes over, he gives me $100. I say to Don, I go, Don, when you come over, because he visits often to the area because he's got a chiropractor that lives in the area. And Don comes over earlier this week, and I'm going to give him this cash, and he's going to give me 5 gift certificates. But what has happened is Mike Ball then upped the ante. He said he brought $200 cash over. He goes, give this to Don. I'm like, holy fuck, man. So I got $225 in my stupid hands. Don comes over. I give him the cash. He gives me the gift certificates. We're going to give them away to Patreon members on Friday. So you're like, oh, my God, this is just incredible. And Don said to me, he goes, yeah, the money's great, but just knowing that people are helping him it is just wind in the sails. It's a victory for the Veltman household. So thanks. Nice job. And I know everybody else, when we do get back to it, we're gonna head over to wherever Don is and just pump some cash into the place. We're gonna sodomize Don with money, okay? As soon as he can have a bowling party. All right, so that'll be fun. It's going to be the Big Dick Donnie bowling money sodomization at Howard City Lanes. Might have to work on the name for that, though. I don't think that's that great of an idea, especially with the tone of today's show. I might want to stay away from any sodomy jokes, considering what happened to, or what I shouldn't say what happened to, what baseball announcer Tom Brenneman did. Oh my God. What a flame out. Oh, I don't even want to say that. That's another bad thing to say. I'm going to get canceled too if I'm not careful on this deal. Might not want to throw out any flame out and sodomy references after what happened to, or what Cincinnati Reds play-by-play man Marty Brenneman did. Oh my God. Don't worry. You're like, what? What? I'll tell you. I will tell you what happened. His broadcast career is done. It ended abruptly last night, and it all happened on TV. Oh, my God. So many things to talk about, so many things to play for you on this story alone. I could do a whole show about Marty Brenneman, who just like 3 weeks ago I featured on this show with a clip that he played. And he looked like an idiot in that clip. But I'll bet you, I bet you that clip ended, and then he was like, oh, man, I sounded like such an idiot there. I can't believe I did that. Thank God, that's probably the worst thing that's going to happen to me this year. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Did I say Marty Brenneman? That's fucked up, because that's his dad. Tom Brenneman is what I want to say. I write that in the setup. No, I just titled as baseball announcer's career ends live on TV. Yeah, his dad used to have the same job for the Cincinnati Reds, I think. Marty Brenneman, that's the old man. And Tom Brenneman is the kid. So I don't know. Can you imagine if I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if I offended Tom Brenneman for saying that it was actually his dad." No. That doesn't matter. So anyway, Tom Brenneman is just, oh fuck. I can't wait to tell you about this. That coming up. Allison from Harbor Humane will join us, and this is like my favorite place to visit. And she'll be joining us in about 33 minutes. Anytime Harbor Humane does a fundraiser, I'm like, well, yeah, of course I want to talk about it. I mean, you got to be able to provide, for dog food and puppy food and kitty litter and keeping the lights on and buy new T-shirts for the volunteer staff. This is the place where strays and lost dogs and cats and kittens and puppies wind up in Ottawa County. Like, this is the place. No animals die. They're constantly expanding, and it's because of people donating to them. All right. And they have a terrific, an online auction that they're doing, and they have an event coming up called, I think I pronounced it Ales for Tails, but I can't read. It's Ales for Tails or something like that. It's something to do with beer and dogs. This is why she comes on, because she says, hey, can you maybe mention this on the show? And I'm like, you need to do it. Everybody loves you. Everybody, and it gives me an opportunity to talk to somebody. And that's a big win for me, because I sit down, all I do is stare at this damn camera and talk into it nonstop. I love the idea of having someone on the show. So she'll join me in about half an hour. Sorry I'm late, by the way, but oh my God, I was so screwed up today trying to come up with stuff to talk about. I mean, I had a big one with Tom Brenneman, which again, I think it could cover an entire show about how screwed up this is. Stand by. Yeah, I had a big snort there. I try to pop the mic down. I don't want you to ever hear booger traveling through my nose. That's a long way to travel. I suspected something was up yesterday with that clip I played of those hillbilly women, that video that I featured on yesterday's show. I didn't want it to be what I think it was. I detail why during that whole thing, I was like, please be real. Please. More on that. I'll detail why I kind of feel like an idiot about the whole thing. The latest Russian dude to speak out about Putin is probably going to die. This broke overnight. And my God, the Soviet Union is what it was known as. And then they're like, oh, yeah, no more communism. We're democratic nation. Everything's all on just with a snap of a finger. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Oh, yeah, sure. This place is fucked up. My God, this dude is probably going to die after a suspected poisoning. All right. So that's all coming up. In fact, I want to make sure I got that story. Yep, I do. Good. But first off, I talked about this on the Patreon yesterday. Hold on, I'm already getting ahead of myself. When it comes to the Big Dick Donnie gift certificates, they're $25 each. I'm going to draw names out on Friday's show, but it'll be on the Patreon. This is the old Patreon spiff. You know, these folks have funded that podcast, so I'm taking. If you are on Patreon, you are in the drawing. So as of right now, 244 names are in the drawing for Patreon on the $25 gift certificate to Big Dick Donnie's. If you are not in the area and you win it, you can, if you know another Zaniac who is in the area, you can gift it to them, okay? Whatever you want to do, or just say, Zane, that's no big deal, give it to someone else, and then I'll draw another name. We'll just keep doing that until give it all away. So if you, yet another reason to sign up for Patreon for $5 or $10 a month. And also a reason to sign up for Patreon, a new podcast that I'm launching with Ben Glaze. This was announced yesterday first to the Patreon crew. I spoke with Ben on the phone yesterday, and then I actually did Patreon late yesterday in the 4 p.m. Eastern time hour because of paintball. And I had finished up a conversation with Ben, and we have settled, and we have come to terms. I'm making it sound like it's a big contract negotiation, but here's what's happened. If you don't know, Ben reached out to me a short time ago. He said, you know, this is fucking stupid. I should have never thrown you under the bus the way I did. It was all fucked up on my end. I'd like to mend that fence. And I'm like, well, hell yeah, man. Fucking, I would rather much make love than fight. I don't want to make love to you, but I would much rather be friends than fight with anybody. You know, there's a time and a place to fight. You know, there are times when you feel like you just want to fight. You want to tell someone to fuck off and eat a dick. And then there are other times that you're like, fuck, that was my emotion speaking. I shouldn't have done that. So, you know, Ben and I have been telling each other to fuck off, either in our brains or through snarky comments to each other for ever since a couple months after we got fired. And you know, I'm not going to go and rehash that whole thing. Y'all know what happened, but if you don't, no big deal. The fact, what matters is that Ben reached out and said, hey, man, you know, let's figure this out. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right, let's do that. Let's put this whole thing to bed. We had a discussion. Then Ben came in here. We did a almost 2-hour Ask Me Anything on live stream, and Kenny participated, and it worked out really well. Somebody sent me an email and said, man, I'm really excited about the reunion and you guys doing a podcast. And he said that, I think it was Randall. He said one of the things that stood out to me was, because he listened to the BBL show, was that we very quickly made it seem like we had only been apart for like an hour. And I guess that's the chemistry working, but yeah, it moved and it was a lot of fun. So nothing changes with this podcast. This is an additional podcast. Okay. And so after that happened, I talked with Ben. I go, well, this is something that you need to do. But I've said many times, I don't like the idea of anybody coming in here without being able to be compensated. And this is what I do for my job, and I get compensated, but I've never really had the wiggle room to even consider paying someone for their time and effort and creativity. But I've made enough progress because of your support of me and the sponsors that I can do that now. That is a thing. It ain't a lot, but it's more than, you know, it's better than nothing. And so I said, Ben, I just want to give you every month you just earn like a paycheck, or every 2 weeks or every week. You're like a contracted dude, for your talent. And that's, I go, yeah, so what do you say? And first he was like, oh, I don't want to earn any money. Come on. I go, oh, Jesus, Ben, take it. Take the money. You deserve it. So, it was like twisting his arm. He's so, he was very sheepish about that. I go, and he finally agreed to it. I go, okay, great. Now we can get to work on the show. So what we're going to do is for the month of September, it's going to be available for you on the usual spots where you get this podcast, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and recorded. We'll do it live. And the first one is Friday, September 4. Okay? From this studio, Ben and myself. I don't have a name for the show. I jokingly said the Eiffel Tower podcast and have Diana in the mix, but I'm not really going to do that. It was just a stupid joke. But so yeah, and it's just going to be Ben and me and whatever else happens. I'll probably throw out phone calls to people. And the one thing we did talk about is being able to play the game Bet on Ben again. And there is a way to do that. And the way I would do that is basically have a list of people ahead of time who want to play with their phone numbers. Okay? Because you won't be able to call into the show. I don't have that type of capability yet. Or the manpower to be able to screen phone calls or any of that shit. And it's just a pain in the ass. But I can call you. So that is one way that I can do that. So, in fact, why don't I just throw that out there now? If you've never heard of that game, Bet on Ben, don't worry. It'd be easy to get caught up. But for those of you that know how to play the game Bet on Ben, what you do is send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, with your phone number. And I won't share it with anybody, but I will call you and when we play the game. And the game is a lot of fun. So it's like a trivia game, but Ben is on the hot seat. So we'll be able to play that. I'm not saying we do that every day, every time we do the show. And it will be a weekly show. And I said to him, I go, Ben, I'm not even sure about the format of this thing. And so, yeah, I'm doing the old let the river take you where it takes you, which has been kind of like my mantra for quite some time. I ripped that off of my pal who I'm trying to donate a kidney to. You can't change the flow of the river, Eric. Yeah, you're right. I love that. Let's just get on the floaty thing and float down the river. Yes. So Ben and I, man, holy shit, who knew? So Ben's in the fold. Now, after a month of doing this thing for the world to see, it's getting bumped over to Patreon. Okay, now I've got some more work to do because since this needs to be a revenue generator, because Ben's getting paid, I'm encouraging you to sign up on Patreon. And boy, I am battling about what to do on this. How to make this available, because right now I have two tiers. If you sign up on Patreon for $5, you get access to every bit of audio on there. If you sign up for $10, now you're in for all of the live streams. Okay, and that's extra fun because it's really involved, and I'm trying to interact with people as much as possible, even though I want to beat everybody up yesterday because they were all yelling at me. So I'm not really sure how it's going to go. Committing to it. What I'm saying is I don't know if I'm comfortable pricing anything higher. I don't know if I necessarily want to go down the road of saying now because I'm adding Ben, I'm making this $15 a month. Yeah, I'm just not comfortable with that. Yeah, I'm not going to add anything. It's not going to be any more expensive. I'm just deciding that right now. If you sign up on Patreon for $5 a month, you will be able to hear the podcast with Ben and me. And if you sign up for $10 a month, you can watch it. Yeah, fuck that. I can't with a clear conscience say to you, I'm going to try to suck any more money out of you. I'm just going on faith that a lot more people, this will be the thing that will motivate people to go, hey, yeah, you know what? it was all right before, but yeah, and I don't know. I get plenty of his content on the free one, or maybe you just don't like it. Well, all right. So maybe this is the thing that makes you say, I like it, or I will like it. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just decided right here and right now that there is no more additional money flying out of your pocket going forward. So if you are already on board for $5 or $10 a month, you're good to go. You don't have to change anything. But for new people, that's how it'll go after about a month. So September's free. Then you can, test it out. And some of you might be like, oh, I know I'm going to love it. So take my money. So there you go. Building this thing from the ground up with your assistance, your input, it is a true blessing. Truly, truly blessed to have this as my stupid job. All right. Perfect story here of how much of an ass kicker. Well, all my kids are ass kickers, first of all. Let me just brag about my kids. I know that's usually boring to first hear somebody to brag about their kids, but hopefully this won't be. Jim's started a painting company. My son, Jim. And this is great. He goes, Dad, I want to buy a house. Okay, great. I want to get out the trailer park like Eminem. I need more money. I go, okay. And he's not asking for money. I go, well, what are you going to do? He goes, I don't know yet. Jim's old school, man. He's having kids at 17. Less than 2 years later, he's got another kid. Still with the girl. I shouldn't say still with the girl. Aubrey and Jim are still together. And that's what everybody asks whenever I tell them that I was a young grandpa and he was a young dad. Well, is this a story where that the dad kind of flew the coop? Nope. Holy shit. They're still together. They're doing great. They struggle just like everybody. But, awesome. And the youngest has autism. He's really come around. And, that is Rowan, Grayson, my oldest grandchild. So I'm really proud of these two. But Jim hates the trailer park. He went into that place on his own. And it's tough to get out of those places because the second you buy a freaking tin can, they depreciate massively. So if you want to get out of there, you gotta get out of the debt, And he's like, I don't know what to do. I go, well, I think you do know what to do. And he goes, yeah, you're right. So he launches a painting business, painting exteriors and interiors. And I'm like, okay. And he just had his first job, and he just finished it. He painted the exterior in somebody's house. It looks fantastic. So if you want more information about Jim, I should give him a call. I don't know. Well, yeah, I do. I know the number off the top of my head. Wonder if he's up and around. I said, Jim, I'm just bragging about you. Okay. By the way, Jim is so up on current events. I'm telling you, he could do his own podcast. He could do his own radio show. I hope to God he's up. Hey, Jim, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well. I was just bragging to everybody on the podcast about your go-get-em attitude with the painting business.
Oh, well, good. Yeah, thank you.
Can you tell me the name of the painting business?
JB Paint and Finish.
JB Paint and Finish.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the finish side of things?
Finish if there's people that want, stain, glaze, cabinetry painted, really anything, finish work, it's touch-ups, repairs.
You had some knowledge of this, and you started to get some expertise when you were working with our pal Jeff Joush from Striders, right? Is that where you started to get some type of knowledge about this? Yeah,
correct. I actually spoke to him yesterday.
You did?
Yes.
What were you getting like tips and pointers from the guy? Is that what was up?
Yeah, pricing. How to increase my profit margin.
Well, that's awesome, man. You have done this. You and what is your partner's name?
Bryce.
So that's the JB Painting.
Correct.
Okay, we were
going to do the other way around, but we didn't think that would be.
Yeah. BJ Painting would be weird. You guys would have.
And finish? That wouldn't go.
BJ Paint and Finish. Hey, what's going on there? Is that like a loud Minecraft game or something?
No, I'm painting. So it's a lawn service guy.
Shit, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right. Okay, sorry. Well, anyway, how do people get a hold of you at JB Paint and Finish?
My phone number. I've been getting calls. I've got to go give somebody an estimate at 11. So I just usually get phone calls or people that, word of mouth. Yeah,
I promised. Yeah, word of mouth with BJ Painting.
Exactly.
I promise you that you would get free advertising on the podcast, so this is perfect. Should I just give out your phone number then?
Sure.
All right. Will do.
Do it to anybody that wants it.
Did you see that story about the baseball announcer last night?
Oh, man. What did he say? I mean, I kind of got it, but they could just kind of really threw me off. I didn't expect that.
You didn't actually hear the audio of what he said?
No, I heard it.
Oh, you actually heard his words. Yeah. I haven't really said it yet on the podcast. I'm about to get to that story a little later on.
Oh, yeah. I won't run it for you then.
All right. Well, real good. I'm proud of you. Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, buddy. Hey,
right.
question. So you're still doing In on Time?
Yes.
Okay. Those folks are great, too.
They're awesome. The best place I've worked.
All right. I love you.
All right. Love you, too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Jim's painting exteriors and interiors. If you want to reach Jim, from JB Paint and Finish, 616-238-3446. He is insured. You don't have to worry about that. So when, he paints your cat, you can you can sue the shit out of him. So there you go. 616-238-3446. All right. Then Jacqueline. Jacqueline just had her knee reconstructed in a 4-hour surgery last week. She does FaceTime, and I go, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Shipped shopping." I go, "What?" She's in a wheelchair. Justin is pushing her around. It was the cutest thing in the world, seeing big, tall Justin push Jackie around the store. And no, go down this aisle. And then she's like getting the products, putting them in her ship bag and delivering. And then Justin walks out and says, "Hey, here you go. Here's your stuff you bought." Unbelievable. Who starts shipped shopping after their knee gets rebuilt less than a week earlier? All right. You better bring the noise about Madison, too, or I'm going to have a wire brush up my ass. Celebrating a birthday very soon. And the number one GPA of the entire family as she gets set to go back to COVID high school. All ass kickers, every one of them. All right, now today is a huge day because it is a Madison birthday celebration. She turns 18 on the 24th. Jackie or Dinah says to me, excuse me, "I need you to get a limo." And I go, all right. So I call upon Justin at Affordable Limousine and Party Bus. And I go, "Hey, man, can I borrow one of the sedans? I'll be the driver. I'll put the gas in it. Madison and her friends want to be driven around the town." He's like, "Yeah, of course. Unless if we have a job to do. If there's a job, you're fucked." I go, "Yeah, I know. No big deal." So I've been checking it. Anything coming up on Thursday? Nope. And then, so I sent him the first text that says, "Hey, on August 20th, if this will work, I'd love to borrow it." Then I sent him another text, and I said, "Hey, man, don't forget, coming up on August 27th, I need the limo." I screwed up. I sent him the first date was right, second date was wrong. So by doing that, I've convinced myself it's next Thursday. And then Diana says to me yesterday, she goes, "Okay, all right, so you're gonna pick up the limo and you're gonna take it over to so-and-so's house, and all the kids are gonna." I went, "What are you talking about?" She says, "Yeah, it's tomorrow." I go, "No, it's not. It's next Thursday." She goes, "I know when it is. I planned it." I'm like, uh-oh. So I look at my text exchanges with Justin. And I go, oh, fuck. She's right. So I reached out and I go, hey, dude, I've given you 2 dates. I screwed this up. Can I still borrow that limo tomorrow? And it wouldn't matter. It's just confusing because if they have to use it at the place at Affordable, I'm out anyway. So he reaches back out to me and he goes, what time? I go, about 4:30 to 5 or 4:30 to 8. He goes, actually, I've got a run that needs to be picked up at 4 p.m. right by where you live. Will you come to the shop, get the sedan, pick up whoever he's getting picked up, take them to their destination, which is not far away, and then that's it. You're done. I go, hell yes. So that's it. I do the job, get paid, and then I've got the car, so it all works out. I'm helping Justin out because it was a last-minute deal. It's just freaking coming up roses. All good. And then I have to drive around with Madison, Diana, friend of the family, Jen Belgrave, who's going to take pictures. And then all of these crazy 17 and 18-year-olds. Just, man, oh, it's just good. This is called fatherly love right here. And we're going to all around the town, probably pick up some methamphetamine, maybe a couple black guys, gigolo. That's terrible. I should never have said that. That's a terrible thing to say. The methamphetamine joke was bad enough. You know, I don't want to. Forget that I said that. What a stupid idiot. There you go. The open of the Eric Zane Show podcast is brought to you by several key sponsors. A quick reminder that if you ever want to reach out to me during the show, you can email eric@ericzaneshow.com. Oh, you want to take me to task on something? You have a question, a comment, concern about things going on? Do that. Just reach out, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Green Clean Technologies inbox. All right. While I'm at it, the Open brought to you by Blue Frost IT. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT. Right now they're doing a special where they can install a solid-state hard drive into your kid's computer. Now, this is great because what this does is it allows the computer that you have to operate at a much more efficient, faster speed. These kids need a computer that has a little bit more reliability to it with the education being online for many of you, either by choice or because you have to. And the last thing your kid's going to want to be dealing with is some stupid computer with everybody all frozen up on the Zoom because the computer sucks. The old school hard drive is a disaster. You need a solid state hard drive. So what they do at Blue Frost IT, they show up at your place. And for about an hour of time and roughly $300, they're going to pull all the info off of the computer and plug it into the solid state hard drive. And then it's going to transfer. And then after that time passes, Alan is going to dismantle the computer setup, pitch the old piece of shit hard drive, put the solid state one in there, installed, boom. Computer is up and running at a much more efficient speed, and then you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for a brand new computer that you're not even sure what you're getting. Or if you need any other work spec'd out for you, you can reach out to Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550. Maybe you need a gaming computer. Maybe you need something that operates super fast with all of the top-of-the-line software like I did. They can spec. What do you need the computer for, Zane? What are you going to use? Well, I need the video. I need to have a lot of video needs. I need a lot of this. I need a lot of that. Okay, we're going to build you one. Boom, done. Shows up, installs it, ready to go. And, of course, servicing small and medium-sized businesses with all of their IT needs, 616-200-8550. Some of these small and medium-sized businesses, they sign up with an IT company, and they get like a certain amount of hours, a certain amount of time per month that they pay for. And then these thieves suck, and then they charge. Alan was just talking about that on Tech Tuesday. Get charged for like overtime. Here's your $1,000 over what you were going to spend normally per month bill. Doesn't work that way with Blue Frost IT. You need more info, 616-200-8550. All right. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage 231-332-6505. They've been getting people mortgages since 1987 at Van Dyke Mortgage. And the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage is the one that you need to call on, all right? If you're a fan of the show and you're thinking, man, I think I'm going to get a mortgage. Jim, my son, he called Mario, and Mario said, yes, you can get a mortgage. I can get you in a mortgage. However, you're so upside down on the tin can, you're going to want to unload that thing, Jim. So get to work. That was the advice Mario gave him. He said, yep, you can get in a mortgage, but we're going to be taking that huge amount of debt from the tin can, and that's, I don't recommend it, man. So Jim knows what he has to do, and here we are. Thank you to Mario for the superb advice he gave my son, and he can help you get in a mortgage today. Now, again, Mario could have got him in that mortgage, but he'd have been zapping all his cash, and he said, I can't do that, Jim. Come on, man. Stand by. Booger Fest. All right. And then A&D Cleaning. Amy Porter wants to clean your house. Get an estimate at 616-550-3644. If you're a guy who's in the doghouse, you want to get out of the doghouse, hire Amy to clean the house. And then the missus will be like, oh, my God, this is the best gift in the world. I love coming home to a clean house after I work all day and come home to your drunken ass. Thank you to Amy Porter for being on board with the show. Again, if you want to get a hold of Amy, 616-550-3644 for A&D Cleaning. Okay? Where am I here? Ms. Amy says, my kid will be at the party. She's excited to hang out with Maddie. Happy birthday. Oh, that's going to be great. I'm telling you, Amy, your kid's going to have so much fun because the queen of the forest will be there, and she is a walking party, my wife. And she's with a friend of the show, Jen Belgraf, who is another walking party. So basically, you're going to add these two teenagers to the already rowdy bunch of teenagers with me pulling my hair out in my gay magician outfit, driving them around in a 14-passenger Lincoln Town Car limousine. If you see us driving around, please avoid us. All right. I was going to get into the story of Tom Brenneman, but I am out of time. I'm going to get to it after I've been promoting the damn thing. You better get to it. But I've been yapping and yapping and yapping. We might set a podcast time limit, time record on today's show because I haven't really even gotten to the material that I want to get to. But I got to reach out to Allison from Harbor Humane. As I sit here, I'm Harbor Humane Society Ales for Tales 2020 is the fundraiser event. And what they're doing is they have an auction going on online, which I will link up for you. And, I basically want her to talk about it. Let's see, how much money do I have in my Skype account? $2.49. That is more than enough to be able to talk to Allison for extended time.
Hello.
Hi, Ms. Allison. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Eric?
Never better. How are things at Harbor Humane?
Busy because it's Ales for Tales week.
Okay, let's jump right into that. On a normal time when there is no COVID, this event is a little bit different, correct?
Yes. Originally, it should have been in person tonight, actually, and it would have been a big party with food and beer and music. But unfortunately, because of the COVID, we had to cancel the in-person part of our event.
All right. And as we both know, and what everybody knows, is that places like Harbor Humane, and there are tons of these places throughout the United States that have a similar style and approach to raising funds and helping vulnerable animals. They're all great. You guys have been working hard to make sure that these animals are funded with food, things like that, care, help, all of these things. That is your life work, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So if you don't have money pouring in from these events, that makes things a little bit more difficult. You have to kind of move some things around. So you would like to be able to have all of these important things funded. So you have this event called Ales for Tales.
Correct. Yeah, it's our biggest single fundraiser of the year. We usually make about $40,000 off of it.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So what you've been able to do is you've been able to get a number of auction items to fly out the door, and this is also something that you would do at the live event. But you're able to manage to get it all online so that people can still place bids on great items that you would have had at the event, but now they just have to look at them online.
Correct. So yeah, all of our auction items that would have been at the event, they're all online in one place, and you can go online and bid on them. It's actually we kind of are enjoying the virtual software, because when someone gets outbid, they get a text message. So people have been getting into bidding more.
Right.
So it's kind of been a fun element, honestly.
Okay, so it ends at 8 p.m. Eastern time, yes?
Yes, it does tonight. It's been going all week, so most of the items already have bids. But yeah, everyone should jump on and take a look. We have a lot of really cool items. Just off the top of my head, there's a charter fishing trip. There's a really cool Yeti cooler package, and it even has a Yeti bowl for your dog. So it's an insulated dog bowl of Yeti quality. People have been all over that. There's a couple of overnight trips. Yeah, there's all sorts of really cool stuff.
I'm adding the link to Ales for Tales right now as we speak. So I'm doing two things at once. I'm actually typing the link for Ales. How embarrassing was it when the first time we talked about this, I took the word Ales, A-L-E-S, and said Ales for Tales.
That was hilarious.
Oh
I think about that moment every time someone says
Oh, God. Well, I look at the word.
Makes me laugh.
I'm like, what? A-L-E-S? Oh, no. Jeez. My God. Okay. So, yeah, in fact, I was looking at some of the things. Like, for example, if you go to the link and then it says auction catalog, and then a drop-down opens and it says view catalog. And then it's just and then there's all items, silent auction items, and a wine pool. What is a wine pool? You just put it in, and then if they draw your name out, you get a bottle of wine. Is that how it works?
Yeah, basically. So in person, how it would work is we'd have a bunch of bottles of wine set up on a table, but they'd all be in bags, so you couldn't see what they were. And you'd be like, "Oh, I want that one," and you'd give us $20. And so you could get a bottle of Boone Farm, or you could get a super fancy $300 bottle of wine.
Okay.
So we've converted that online, so they're all bagged and numbered, and so you just pick a number online, you pay your $20, and then when you pick it up, we're doing pickup at the shops at West Shore and Holland tomorrow. And when you pick it up, you find out what you got.
Okay, excellent. I saw you have a pressure washer up for auction.
Yes.
I mean, and this thing would go for several more $100s than what it's at right now. So, and these are all donated by these great businesses that reached out to you, and that's part of your job and other people's jobs. There is actually getting these things donated, and then you throw a price tag on it so you can actually get something for pretty damn cheap. And sometimes they go over what they're worth, but who cares? It's all for a great cause. Is there tax benefits towards these type of things when people bid on them and then actually win the auction?
No, not with purchasing,
Okay.
because you're actually getting, a good or service. But if you donate,
okay,
you do get a tax benefit. And I should mention that today we're matching up to $2,000 in donations. So if you just go to our website and you outright donate for Ales for Tales,
right,
your donation will be matched. So if you don't donate $10, you're basically donating $20. We have a couple of great sponsors who stepped in and said, "Hey, we want to match donations for the last day of the event."
It says that this Generac Speed Wash 3200 PSI, 2.7 GPM pressure washer system is valued at $459, donated by Wolverine Power Systems. The leading bid is at $350. It's gone up a little bit, but I love the fact that you guys have different types of things that are available for bid. You know, it could be as simple as just a dog bowl or something like that, but or as involved as like a big ticket item like the freaking power washer. So this is all fantastic. You guys must be really proud of the work that you've done to make this all happen despite the pandemic. You know.
Yeah, we are. We're thankful for a great team and then great sponsors and a great community. All those things put together make a great event, even if it has to be online.
Did you send me the link? You did, but I can't see it right in front of me. The link for the pet portraits, because people wanted to. Because I did that pet portrait, actually 2 of them, and then people were like, "Oh my God, I need to sign up for this," but I couldn't find it anywhere. Where can I find that?
Yeah, I sent it to you. I can send it to you again. I think it was a pop-up, but it got replaced by our Ales for Tales pop-up. So it's not living on the website right now. But I will send it to you so you can disperse it to the Zaniacs.
I know you did, and I'm looking for it right now as we talk, and I feel so dumb about it.
Don't worry about it. I feel like you probably get a lot of emails, Eric. So
I'm constantly just like circling the drain. It's a miracle I even get this thing off the ground every day. But people wanted to wanted to do it again, and they wanted me to do it, and I would love to do that. I had so much fun making those pet portraits. I posted the one for people to look at of Bailey, but the second one of the Labrador, I haven't yet posted it. But it was great. So
we can definitely engineer it. So you're the artist. We can pull those strings.
Okay, good. All right, excellent. So if anybody wants to do that, I'll post that link as soon as I get it. I had it, I lost it. I'm an idiot, but I will post it. So I shot a lot of video when I visited you. How is the feral cat? What is it called? A feral cat compound? Feral cat colony?
Yes. Colony. That is
the word.
The correct word, the colony.
Man, I'm going to make that video. It's been a crazy few weeks, so I haven't had a minute to sit down and actually edit it all up yet. Plus, I'm not good at editing it. I'm working on that. But that was the best tour I've gotten. And the fact that you saved the feeding of the feral cat colony to last. Oh, was that spectacular. You did not let me down at all, Allison. When all the volunteers and the workers come out with bowls of food, it's like you're getting it's like cat Antifa protesting.
It is. It's fantastic. It's really fun. When we did our opening video for Ales for Tales on Monday to kick it off, my executive director and I we just went out back to the feral barn because we're like, that's where we're going to get the most entertainment. We gave them some catnip, and yeah, they were going crazy.
You guys have been able to establish even more of a foothold in the community because of some great people like the Bissell Pet Foundation. Is that the name of the organization?
Yes, we have a very strong partnership with the Bissell Pet Foundation. We're so thankful for.
Yeah, because they gave you a ton of money, and you were able to build that new facility next to the main building for like training and things like that, right?
Yep, we do have our Bissell Training and Community Center where we can hold things like dog obedience classes. We have our last week of kids' summer camps right now. We're able to do all sorts of amazing things.
Oh my God.
In that facility.
So now you, of course, still are, though COVID is going on, all of your capability is still out there in order for people to get, like, adopt a cat or a dog or things like that. That is all still on the table, right? Despite the pandemic?
Oh, absolutely. And actually our adoptions are up 14% this year. So we've been making it work. And in animal sheltering, you have to be able to kind of bend and weave to some kind of crazy scenarios. So I like to tell people that, we were just well suited to deal with the pandemic. We're used to thinking on our feet, and we've just come up with some creative solutions. And we're the only shelter in the area that stayed open for adoption throughout the entire pandemic. So we're really proud of that. Yeah.
You got a great crew, some awesome volunteers. How many, how big is the volunteer staff? People that just show up to help?
We have about 250 active volunteers. So that's people, consistently coming.
Oh my gosh.
Not all at once.
Yeah, still though. I mean, what they like give what they can of their time, even if it's just a few hours. It's really great. Oh my gosh.
It is. It's really amazing.
You were telling me something about how, like all those messages over the years about, hey, get your cat spayed or neutered, to get your dog spayed or neutered. I think didn't you tell me that cat populations have there's actually such a large number of feral cats that are spayed. You're seeing less and less mass population bulges because of that.
Yep. So the more feral cats that we can get spayed or neutered, and then in the community, they won't populate because obviously they can't make babies. So yeah, that is one of our huge goals. We're hoping to be able to in 2021 get a bigger program like that off the ground. We're working with the county right now. We'd had some issues previously. They didn't want us releasing feral cats back to the community. But we've told them like how important that is, because if a gang of feral cats is occupying one space and they're all spayed and neutered and not like procreating, another gang of feral cats isn't going to come and take up that space. So you're actually doing a good thing by putting them back out there.
Allison from Harbor Humane, there was a story in the news, that lady who, oh God, did you see that one about the 140 cats or something like that in the southwest side of the state of Michigan? It was just a story about a week ago. Have you guys had to be involved in that somehow?
Not that one specifically, but we have gone out on hoarding cases, like more on the lakeshore, more locally. We had a cat one in Muskegon probably maybe a year and a half ago. So yeah, my team does tackle those sometimes. And then most recently, we partnered with the Bissell Pet Foundation. Bissell got a few representatives from multiple shelters and flew down to Louisiana for a sanctuary hoarding case.
Wow.
So this guy started out with the best of intentions. It was after Hurricane Katrina. And he, started taking in dogs to his property. Well, he got in over his head and, they kept multiplying. And so he ended up with a bunch of senior dogs who had been in like concrete enclosures for 10 to 15 years.
Oh, God.
It was absolutely heartbreaking.
Oh.
But partnering with Bissell and Animal Rescue Corps, they got all of them out. And then we took 10 of them in here to our facility. So we have 10 kind of old dogs that need a lot of medical attention and a lot of love.
Okay.
So yeah, we get into some crazy situations.
All right, so we're going to go to harborhumane.org for Ales for Tales information to look at the pets, because pets are available to be adopted right now. You can go and do that, and it's all spelled out on the website. Things for you to do if that's a way you want to go. And I talked with you about a fundraising idea with the feral cat colony. Throw a price tag on that for a person in the community to feed the cats. It's such a spectacle to see 150 cats come running at you and they want to eat. It's like cat heaven. Oh my God.
I know. We really need to do that. We need to make that an experience that people can have.
Yes, I can promise you. Throw me into the mix. Say Zaniac's Eric Zane Show, and I'll record video of it. I'll make you famous of the Zaniac walking out with the bowls of food, and then this gang, you can call it cat gang bang.
You can call it that with the Zaniac.
All right, maybe
I don't know if we're going to put
that
out to conservative Ottawa County.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work. That's probably just best for us to say it on here.
I like it as a Zaniac thing now. That's funny.
All right, the Eric Zane Show podcast, cat gang bang. That's the unofficial name going forward. Okay.
I love it.
All right. Well, Allison, have a good weekend. And if people want more information, I will post the link to the auction in the comments. And I posted it on the stream for the podcast while I'm doing it live. If you folks ever want to look at the auction items, you know that it's helping keep the lights on for Harbor Humane. So best of luck to you, and the staff is doing a great job. So thanks again, Allison. Okay.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, pleasure's mine. Allison from Harbor Humane. She is absolutely awesome. Great place. All right, where the hell are we? It's just always great to get another voice on. I'm like, God, sometimes I'm just talking to a camera. What the hell? Let's see. I still got to talk to you about Tom Brenneman. I'm getting my thoughts here. I'm just switching out Allison with Tom Brenneman. Okay. That's what we'll do now. Let's get into this. What a shit show. Tom Brenneman. This is, I've heard some meltdowns before. I don't know if it's a meltdown. Yeah, I've heard meltdowns before on air from people. I've heard people that didn't know that they were on the air. There was some baseball announcer. He used to be a baseball pitcher, and he became a color man, and he thought he was in a tape segment, and like the pregame chat. Who the hell was that guy? Was it Jack Morris? No, I don't know. Some other old dude. And the play-by-play guy said, "Oh, the keys of the game. We're going to go to former Major League pitcher so-and-so. What do you think?" "Well, I think the keys of the game is so-and-so's got to get his curveball working. Oh, shit, I fucked this up. Oh, yeah, let's do another take." And then the play-by-play guy goes, "Well, we're live." And dude goes, "Oh, shit, I didn't know that." I mean, that was terrible. But it wasn't anything like this. Tom Brenneman has been around for quite some time. Kind of a legendary name. His dad was Marty Brenneman, Hall of Fame announcer, I think, for the Reds back in the day. And so Tom Brenneman is definitely a household name for the Cincinnati Reds, and the Brenneman name is kind of legendary in announcing. So, man, is this rough. Woof. This is the guy who earlier in the year, this baseball season, which is only 20 games in or so. Him and his color guy were reminiscing about a baseball player by the name of Jack Clark, and they were like, "Jack Clark, yeah, this Castellanos, when he swings, it reminds me of Jack Clark. Yeah, God rest his soul." And Brenneman's like, "Yeah, he used to live next door to me. He died. He was a big, tough guy. Yeah, he used to ride a motorcycle. He was walking around in his leathers. You know, he put on a leather costume when he rides a motorcycle. Tough guy, man. Yeah, he was my next-door neighbor. God rest his soul. Can't believe he's dead." He's dead, isn't he? It wasn't dead. It was awkward. So if that was the worst thing that happened to Tom Brenneman, that would be terrible. He looked like a dumbass there, but not the end of the world. He probably finished that, as I indicated in the beginning of the podcast, and was like, "Oh, man, that thing when I thought Jack Clark was dead, that was terrible. I can only go up from here. It's just, man, I'm glad I got that one out of the way. I was really fucked up when I thought that he was dead, and I embarrassed myself on the air. Nothing worse is going to happen now." In the game yesterday, I think the scenario, and I don't want to search around for it with the superlative details. It doesn't matter. But they had a doubleheader going on, the Cincinnati Reds. And I think they play the first game, and then the second game's getting ready to start, and they actually do another pregame or something like that. So Brenneman, if you're watching, what you see is like the field, no fans. And then Brenneman is supposed to start the, "Hey, Reds pregame show brought to you by Lay's Chips," something like that. But what you hear is what I'm about to play for you. He doesn't think he's on the air. He is, and this flies out of his mouth. Now, what you're about to hear is a terrible homophobic slur that, in 1985, we used to say that all the time. Hell, I've probably said it myself in certain company from time to time, but I've never said it publicly like this. Hell, I wouldn't. Shit. This is a word now. This is, the F word rhymes with bag is not the N word, but I would say it's got to be number 2 in career-ending potential, right? I mean, N-word is a hard and fast number 1 seed and will always go undefeated. F-word rhymes with bag is a solid 1B or maybe a 2. Okay, this is a career ender. This is a throw yourself out the window after you say it publicly type of word. Okay, this is what Marty Brenneman did. Or I'm sorry, I keep saying Marty Brenneman, his dad. It's Tom Brenneman. Pardon me.
One of the fag capitals of the world. Reds Live, the pregame show presented by Ray St. Clair Roofing.
That's that. Can you imagine how tight his asshole got when someone said, Tom, you just said F rhymes with bag on TV. Oh, my God. Brenneman, the next thing you know, I don't know how much time passes. The camera is on him, and he is trying to I'm going to play it. This is what happened next. Camera is on Tom Brenneman. And you need to know that while he's doing this, Nick Castellanos is up to bat. And of all the things to happen, fucking Castellanos hits a home run. Tom Brenneman is explaining himself after he just said F rhymes with bag. And the camera is on him. They cut to Castellanos, who jacks one out, and Brenneman has to call his home run while he's trying to fucking dig out from this shit. Oh, my God.
Myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run.
Oh.
And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
Oh.
This is a
I don't know if I'll be putting on this headset
and this is
again.
a home run.
I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I will apologize for the people who signed my paycheck.
Let me back up here, because I was playing Kyler saying it's softball, and this is a home run.
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos,
this is
it will be a
softball?
home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
No,
I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds.
No.
I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I will apologize for the people who signed my paycheck. For the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people I work with, for anybody that I've offended here tonight. I can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am. That is not who I am, and never has been. And I'd like to think maybe I could have some people that can back that up. I am very, very sorry, and I beg for your forgiveness. Jim Day will take you the rest of the way home.
And he left the booth. He went home. The other guy came in and finished the job for the second game. How'd you like to be that dude? He's like, oh, fuck. Thanks, Marty. Or Marty. God damn it. I keep saying Marty. Sorry. Didn't mean to say GD. Now I got to apologize. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for the plate of shit. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Wow. All right, so a couple other things that we have to talk about on this other than the obvious. There have been some people since this story broke last night who, well, first of all, when ESPN reported on it, they danced around it. They said a homophobic slur was used. Nobody was saying what he said. It's like, that's bullshit. You gotta play it. I mean, I played it the one time. I won't play it again, but I mean, you needed to know that for context's sake, what the hell was happening here. But then someone else on Twitter, it was a writer or something like that, he wrote what the word he said. He wrote F rhymes with bag, and then everybody attacked that guy. Yeah, fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. He's just reporting what the guy said, so shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. Give that guy at least a break. He's just talking about what Brenneman said on the thing so that everybody knows what the fuck is going on. All right. If you're Brenneman, yeah, I understand. You're very quickly trying to put the genie back in the bottle, but there is no doing that, right? I mean, there is no putting the. I did see a lot of people that were commenting on this, like, enough cancel culture. He said sorry. No. There is not going to be a sorry. In fact, I don't know if Marty Brenneman, damn it, if Tom Brenneman did himself any favors by even trying to act like he was sorry. He's only sorry because he's seen his career evaporate. When I made fun of Joel's pants, which I got fired for, let's see, Joel's pants, Tom Brenneman saying F rhymes with bag. If Tom Brenneman does not get fired for saying F rhymes with bag, and I get fired for pants, this is further proof of how much everybody hated my guts at the radio station. It's further proof how much of an asshole I was to work with and how not one person in that place liked me at all. Well, what are our options? Well, we can keep them on. Yeah, we know making fun of someone's pants is not fireable. But everybody hates his guts in the building. Yep, out. All right. So if this guy makes it, it's a miracle. It is an absolute miracle. But make no mistake, getting back to what I was saying, when I had to say, Joel, I'm sorry, I made fun of your pants, I wasn't sorry. I didn't give a shit. I was only saying sorry because that the world's biggest pussy, Russ Hines, was saying, oh, we're going to fire you. So fuck Russ and fuck that whole scenario. I'm not fucking sorry for making fun of Joel's pants. They look terrible. I like Joel, but those pants sucked. Fuck those pants. So, all right, I was only saying sorry because I was going to get in trouble. That's the only reason why people say sorry anyway. So that's all bullshit. I don't believe any of that. So, yeah, Brenneman, I almost think it would be better if he said, ladies and gentlemen, you may have just heard me say, this is what Tom Brenneman should have said. Ladies and gentlemen, drive to left field, Castellanos, that's going to be a home run. I just said F rhymes with bag. Yep, you heard me say it. I thought that the mic was off, and I was trying to make a joke, and I was talking about I don't know what he's talking about. Was he talking about a place where there's a lot of gay people? Must have been, right? I don't know. And you heard me talk about the F rhymes with bag capital of the world. All right, that was unfortunate. I was being a smartass. I love the gays, and I'm done. I realize that, but I'm not going to sit here and try to twist my words. I just stepped on my dick, and I am now going to throw myself out of the window. That's right, and that's right. You may have heard me just say F rhymes with bag. Holy hell, that's a pretty fucked up scenario. You just heard that right there, and you just saw the end of my career. So I figured I would be a YouTube star going forward by having this video go viral. That's right, as Castellano steps to the plate. He's hitting the 305 this year, is Nick Castellano. You're just catching what I'm doing here. I just said F rhymes with bag, and here's a hit. Oh, a well-hit ball goes back, and that's a home run for Castellanos. It's a 4-0 lead, as I just said F rhymes with bag. And I could sit here and tell you that I'm sorry, but I'd only be saying sorry because I got caught. I don't hate gay people at all. That's a terrible thing to say. I was just being a dumbass, and I thought that I wasn't live on TV, but I was. And so now I'm going to go hang myself. This is Tom Brenneman, son of Marty. Sign it off. Thank you. See you later. And then you hear the rope tighten around his neck. That's all you can do at this point. I mean, come on. Don't sit there and piss on my back and tell me it's raining with your I'm sorry. You're not sorry. You're just sorry that you got caught. All right, everybody said something terrible at one time in their life. But I think it's important that we need to start being honest with our apologies. Yeah, I just said something really fucked up that I didn't think anybody was going to hear. I'm not saying he's a homophobe or a racist or anything like that. People say fucked up shit all the time. You just don't know it. And I'm smart enough to think that he's not hateful, even though I'll give him benefit of the doubt and say he's not a hateful guy. I don't think he should ever work again in the industry. He can't. He's fired. This guy is fucked. Holy cow. You know who's happy about this? The guy who's the play-by-play guy, John Falk, for the Charlotte Hornets. Remember him from the day before? When he accidentally tweeted out the N-word on a tweet? What the fuck? What's next? Some football announcer is going to be having sex with a dog on TV? Holy cow, we went from John Falk tweeting the N-word, Tom Brenneman, F rhymes with fag, to, oops, I meant bag. Just see me, I went for the dump. F rhymes with bag, to some guy having sex with a dog. Oh, God, horrible. Now I'm going to get fired. I'll probably get canceled because I actually said the word. Oh, Jesus. Now my butthole's getting tight. All right. Tom Brenneman, goodbye. Sorry that happened to you, but seriously, that is awful. Man, oh man. Let's see what's going on here. Getting a lot of those pants sucked. F those pants. Ha ha ha, says Kenny. Melissa gives me 1 million laughing faces. Sincerity isn't really that hard, says Adam. You just have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Marcy says, accidentally had sex with a dog. What does F rhyme with? Oh, my God. This story is all over the place. Man, what a fucked up scenario. Yeah, I'm going to play the apology again just because it seems so. You can hear the fear. And if you were to look at the story on the Twitter feed, a lot of people are buying it. They're saying that was the most heartfelt apology that I've ever heard. And boy, I don't know about that. Listen to Tom Brenneman's apology again.
Myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
Of all the things to happen, he's probably like, okay, I'm going to do this apology because I'm about to get fired. By the way, Joe Martinez weighs in. You're fired. Can't have this kind of hateful stuff. Hold on a second here. So, yeah, of all the things to happen when that whole clip is starting, he's probably like, please, I hope nothing eventful happens in the game, like a home run or anything like that. Maybe the only thing worse would be like if Castellanos got hit in the head with a baseball, or even worse, Tom Brenneman's like, as Castellanos steps to the plate, I'm a little somber right now. As you may have just heard me say F rhymes with bag. As it's a pitch inside. It hit Castellanos hard right in the keister. It just rammed him right up the old, right up the dirt road there. As a pitch hits Castellanos. You may have just heard me say F rhymes with bag, and that is not who I am. As Castellanos is bent over, he has assumed the position. Oh no, Castellanos just slipped and he fell on the bat and is actually jammed right into his rectum. Oh my God, he's laid there. There is blood actually flying out of his anus right now. It's like a inadvertent anal raping that just happened. But anyway, you just heard me say F rhymes with bag, and as you know, I am not. That is not at all who I am. I am a good God-fearing man. Oh no, and look at this. There's a whole gang of people that is surrounding Castellanos. Right now, the grounds crew is trying to help him get the bat out of his anus. The grounds crew are known as the Bangers, so it's a gang of bangers that are surrounding Castellanos and trying to extract the bat from his bleeding anus. Holy moly! Anyway, back to what I was saying there. As I finish this up, I will be slitting my wrist with razor blades and bleeding all over the microphone. You can just expect a quick death as I then pump some cyanide into my open veins. As you just heard me say, F rhymes with bag, as Castellanos lays dying on the field from a self-inflicted anal bat raping incident. Yeah, I'm gonna head out into the horizon. I don't think I'll be wearing these headsets anymore. I'll let Dan O'Day, whatever the hell his name is, take it over from here. This is Tom Brenneman signing off, and I'm sorry that I said F rhymes with bag. Thank you.
Myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
I don't think I will, though.
I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I want to apologize to the people who signed my...
Imagine if a gay baseball league opens up, it's like all gay people, and like that's right, in a weird turn of events. Hey, this is Tom Brenneman back for the gay baseball league. That's right. I'm the guy that said F rhymes with fag. Now they're taking the field.
My paycheck for the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people I work with.
These razor blades that are slitting my wrists. Thank you, Joe. Brought to you by Gillette. That's right. Oh, look at that. There's platelets all over the countertop here.
For anybody that I've offended here tonight, I can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am.
Yeah,
that is not who I am, and never has been.
I'm not as bad as that asshole in Grand Rapids, Michigan, who made fun of that guy's pants. Nothing could be that horrific.
And I'd like to think maybe I could have some people that can back that up. I am very, very...
Silence. I'd like to think somebody can back that up. And oh, nope, I'm not stepping out on that plank for you. Fuck you. Oh.
Sorry, and I beg for your forgiveness.
Oh.
Jim Dale will take you the rest of the way home.
Jim Dale's going to step in. Jim, sorry about my blood being all over the microphone here. All right, there you go. It's good if the loss of blood, the hanging, or jumping out of the 4th-story window doesn't kill me, I'll be swimming in the ocean hoping that a shark will eat me. There you go. Kenny writes, quote, "At least I didn't make fun of that guy's pants. Good night. Tom Brenneman. Goodbye." Sorry, buddy, but there's no getting around it. I mean, if this guy makes it, it will be an unbelievable moment of landing on your feet. Jesus. But I don't see how, I mean, seriously, that was just crazy. Again, I'll give him benefit of the doubt. I don't think he's, I give most people the benefit of the doubt. And if you throw out something terrible like that, I would just assume you've made a mistake and said something dumb that I know you shouldn't have in the first place. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there's hate in his heart, but you should be fired. I would be disappointed if he is not fired. Okay, you just cannot do that. And I'm not a cancel guy. I don't like being I'm not going to go down that road. Some do deserve it. This guy absolutely deserves it. Okay, just go and get into a different line of work, one that doesn't involve, I don't know, be a mime, do anything. You're talented, but you can't call baseball games anymore. You're out. Thanks for playing. See you later, Tom Brenneman. Okay, sign up for my Cameo. In fact, I can do baseball announcer voice on Cameo. Just $15 a month. Not a month. It's just $15 for one. Sign up at cameo.com/Eric Zane or find me. Just search Eric Zane on the Cameo app. I think the app, you can't leave a tip. I'm not sure. Somebody was complaining about that. Zane, I want to leave a tip. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't hire me. But some of you do that. And I hit it out. He hits it out of the park just like Castellanos and every single one of those. Oh, there's Eric Zane doing a cameo. You may have just heard me say F rhymes with bag, and it's a well-hit ball by Eric Zane. He's just smashed another cameo out of the park. Hire me on Cameo. I'll do baseball announcer voice for you. I'll roast your friends. I'll be nice to you if you choose. nuptials, engagement, you get married, roasting a friend, somebody just got a job, somebody graduated school, somebody's a fucking asshole, you just want me to roast me, want to break up with a boyfriend or girlfriend. Hey, stupid, she doesn't want to date you anymore. I don't know if I'd do that one. I've never turned one down. I've done 60 cameos to date, and they're a lot of fun. I love doing them. If you want to see some of my work, go to cameo.com/Eric Zane. Especially the one where I featured Bruce Peen. All right. Baldwin Ace Hardware up north. The kings of DIY awesomeness in the Northland. If you're headed up to the cottage, your getaway place, do not bring anything from the big box store. Just go to Baldwin Ace Hardware and get it there. Maybe some fishing gear. Maybe you're working on a project, a new rewiring the place, whatever it may be. They've got everything you need and the expertise that goes along with it at Baldwin Ace Hardware. Thank you to Mike and Jennifer Gilmore. While I'm at it, the Kent County Health Department reminding you to cough into your elbow, wear a mask like all you patriots, and be socially distant. There is still a pandemic. It's kind of staying at a weird spot. It doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon. Keep those masks on and do your part. And generally try not to be an asshole, all right? De-escalate. That's my personal caveat to this. If somebody gets mad at you, just shut up, all right? The Kent County Health Department has 4 COVID testing stations in and around the area. Look them up, accesskent.org/health. I'll be featuring an interview with Mary Wazinski from the Kent County Health Department today. She wants to talk about some of the other things that they're stoked about. They have all sorts of initiatives and things like that helping the community. Vaccines, outreach for people who have way too much sex and get a sexually transmitted infection. You know, if you're feeling a little drippy, they can help you. They might not want me to say that. All right. I'm trying my best not to get canceled. I take it back. I am trying my best to get canceled. Prince Army, they have a class coming up September 12th, teaching, of course, all of the things to get you certified to carry your pistol concealed. CPL certification. That class happens September 12th. It's going to go all day, starts at 8 a.m., goes till about 4 p.m., and then off you go. You've got the certification for class completion. You then take that to the county on Monday that you live in Michigan and drop $110 to get your license. The class is $125, one-time deal. You get it all done in one day. You don't even need to own a pistol. Just go. Steve's got guns there because you're going to have some range time. He's going to teach you how to do all that. And then you're going to take a test at the end. You're good to go, man. And the key is once you get your pistol license, you got to keep practicing. So, range time, or if you have a place where you can shoot, practice with that bad boy. Steve even has an advanced class that he promotes too about being efficient with the pistol. Get all the training you need with Prince Army. Call Steve 616-204-1705 for Prince Army. All right. Where am I here? Number of people still weighing in with comments. That is so cool. Thanks for being part of the podcast. There I am, cameo.com/Eric Zane. Desperate Idiot works cheap. Just $15. All right. So in Russia, here you got this. Yeah, we're a democratic nation. Everything's great. Anything but. Okay, it's like they're the same Soviet Union, but now with just less countries to worry about, less people to bully. My God, there's a dude who hates Putin, a 44-year-old guy by the name of Alexei Navalny, and he's like an opposition leader for Putin. Putin's been the president, quote-unquote president, more like dictator, for the past 20 years. And this Navalny has been like, fuck that, man. We got to have like a new president, no term limits we want to have a term limit because Putin is trying to make it so that he can stay president for like, I think the story says to like 2036. So, you get a lot of people that are pissed off at this in this nation. And, bad things happen to them. You know what happens if you get out of line and you start to garner support from the constituents opposed to the regime? You die. All right? This is some crazy ass KGB fucking weirdo Russian 5 nastiness going on here, man. This is like Chernobyl Russian 5 nonsense, poison because the guy's outspoken against Putin. Listen to this shit from the Today Show. Sorry, that is not what I'm looking for. That is the audio of the guy on the airplane after the terrible thing happened to him. Let me see if I can get what I'm looking for. I need it on that Dropbox. Where is it? Come to Papa. All right, where is that story from the Today Show? Is this it? Is this it? Please tell me it is. This is going to get even more awkward. Hold on. Don't move. Talk amongst yourselves. Today Show. I thought I had my act together today, but I don't. Latest news. Hoda and Jenna. No. There it is. Russian opposition leader in coma. After this. Probably going to have an ad at the beginning of it. And then I'll have it. Oh, this is so embarrassing. 30-second ad from Ancestry.com.
My great-great-grandmother.
She was all of 4 feet 11.
This is called shifting on the fly. Otherwise, I'd just be staring at this camera going, oh my God, I just completely fucked this up.
Demanded. She was proud to pass on.
All right. 10 more seconds.
To her descendants.
Yep,
I'm
Ancestry.
very proud to carry on her story. Her story. Find their stories.
Make them count.
At Ancestry.
All right, here you go. Sorry about that.
Alexei Navalny, Russia's most prominent opponent of the Kremlin and an anti-corruption campaigner, was taken off a plane from Siberia overnight. In a video shot inside the plane, medical assistants rushed to the back where someone, apparently Navalny, seems to be moaning in pain. In a series of tweets, his spokeswoman says,
I thought that was Tom Brenneman from last night. Come on. Don't stop it. You're going to screw the video up.
Navalny suddenly and dramatically fell ill after drinking hot tea. She wrote he was apparently poisoned by an unknown toxin and was unconscious in a hospital. A photograph shows Navalny drinking before the flight.
You got a photograph
It's
of him
unclear
drinking the
if
tea.
this was the suspected poison. Navalny kept up his criticism, in particular of a recent constitutional change that could extend Putin's 20-year rule to 2036. Navalny wouldn't be the first Putin critic to fall ill or die under hard to...
This is like the laundry list of people who have spoken out against Putin and what has happened to them.
Circumstances. Opposition politician Boris Nemtsov was shot on a bridge by the Kremlin. Investigative journalist Anna Politkovskaya was shot entering her building. Activist Vladimir Kara-Murza was poisoned twice and survived. Former KGB whistleblower Alexander Litvinenko died from a radioactive poison slipped into his tea in London. Former spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter were poisoned with a nerve agent in the UK and survived. These harsh Moscow rules may be on the rise as Russia and its allies struggle with COVID and the economic strain from low oil prices. In neighboring Belarus, when
what the fuck does that mean? Yeah, COVID is making me antsy, so let's go kill some guy who doesn't like me? Is that... oil prices are all fucked up. Let's go kill some guys. Is that how it works?
In power for 26 years and backed by Putin, was accused of stealing elections nearly 2 weeks ago. Protests broke out. The leader unleashed police to arrest thousands of demonstrators. Protester Kim Mansour told me this morning he was beaten and put in stress positions for 5 days.
Stress positions.
Making selfie. One of the guy was sitting on my back and making a selfie after.
So they were having fun with it?
Yes, fun.
A doctor confirmed Navalny is in serious condition, stable in a coma. He said he wouldn't confirm poisoning, but he wouldn't rule it out either.
Oh, it's exactly what happened to him. They totally poisoned the guy. Well, of course they did. My God. Talk about ripe for a revolution, that place. Count your blessings. You live in the good old U.S. of A., and all we have to worry about is masks and, fight between Black Lives Matter and MAGA hat guy. Holy cow. By the way, I'm really debating playing this piece of video. I think I kind of want to. It was one of the damnedest things, and I need a disclaimer before I play it. Zaniac Denny sent me the craziest fucking video I've ever seen in a long time. Well, no, I take it back. It's not crazier than Tom Brenneman, what I just saw as he called Nick Castellanos home run and then ended his baseball career. But I've got to play a video coming up in just a second here of Judge Judy. Right now, Denny's going, oh, he's going to play it. Holy shit. And I'll explain why I'm doing this in a second. But this is video of Judge Judy with a 16-year-old defendant named George Floyd. The George Floyd, like the guy who was killed by that cop. Now, let me just say, the actions of 16-year-old George Floyd don't mean shit to me. And I think a lot of people, when they hear this video or when they've been spreading this video, have been saying in a disturbing fashion to me, see, he's that type of guy. That's bullshit. I don't think that that's fair in any way. But if this was some guy named Paul Owens, I would still play this because it's remarkable how fucked up it is, the mindset of the 16-year-old. It could have been anyone, but it just happened to be the guy. You may have heard he had a history of bad behavior when he was growing up. And now, again, none of this means the guy should have died. But it does. It's an example of some of the things that he has been through. And you're not going to believe the conversation that Judge Judy has with 16-year-old George Floyd. I'll talk more about that in a second. Let me make sure I can play it on here. I think I can.
You may be seated.
Okay, good. Hold on. Everything's all screwed up. All right. Patreon will be the home of the yet-to-be-named podcast that I'll be doing with Ben Glaze. If you are already on Patreon, you don't need to do anything. Okay? I'll be just weaving it into the stable of things that we do with Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia. When we do Fear Bunker trivia, the Patreon bonus podcast, tipped off on new show developments first, the live stream interaction, all of those things are for people who participate for $5 or $10 a month. Not bad for a daily podcast. Nobody on Patreon gives you more, okay? And since this is what I do for a living, I have the flexibility to get that all done, so that's how we do it. What I'm reminding you about, though, that if you sign up for $10 a month, you will be front and center when the show debuts on Patreon, my new podcast with Ben Glaze. Okay? And like I indicated earlier in the show, we're going to do it for free for September. It'll be all free. It's kind of like when Sirius does that free. It's free XM, free Sirius, so that you like it, then sign up, and then you go, oh, fuck you. So you can say fuck you after the free month with Ben and I. But Ben and me, or you can sign up or just get ahead of it and throw $5 or $10 a month at me right now on Patreon. Just get more information at patreon.com/Eric Zane or click where it says Patreon on ericzaneshow.com. To Madre Azuna Puta, the one and only Joe Martinez is here. A&E Heating and Cooling. Love this guy. All right? You have a guy. If anything goes south on your heating and cooling, you got to reach out to Joe Martinez. All right? AEheatingcooling.net is number 616-516-8579, specializing in the Comfort Maker air conditioning units and furnaces. Comfort with confidence with the Comfort Maker. It won't be long, man. It's going to be getting cold. You got to sign up for a tune-up on that heating unit. A&E Heating and Cooling. Welcome Henry Steffes, of course, the SteffesGroup.com of Keller Williams Realty. I've got a realtor. I've got heating and cooling guy. I've got mortgage guy. I've got realtor. Henry Steffes wants to sell your home. There's the sign. Where's the sign? I moved it. It's right over there. Where did my Metalworks Body Shop sign go? Holy shit. Hang on. Yeah, sometimes these fall. And no jokes about how I move around like an old man. I train hard. It's not because I'm old. It's because I'm ripped. Hang on. Metalworks Body Shop goes right above Amsoil. Don't act like you're not jealous of that ass either. I have yet to master the ability to keep these stuck on the wall. And don't give me your ideas and try to help. No, actually do give me your ideas and try to help. I've tried. Here's the thing. You know what works best? Is you take the Velcro thing and stick it on the wall, and then the other side of the Velcro goes on the sign. That works the best. But you know what happens when you do that? It rips the paint right off the wall. So that sucks. That sticky putty is what's on that side. That sucks. So I'm just losing it. I'm at a loss for what the hell works. Anyway, where was I? Henry Steffes, Steffes Group of Keller Williams Realty. Henry comes into your home, red rim glasses. He's got a mask on. He's handsome as hell. He walks through the house, makes a couple notes. Okay, 15 minutes later, he goes, okay, I'm going to establish a pricing based on the other homes and what I've learned right here. I'll email you in a day. Okay, well, my wife and I, we're set. We think we can get $200,000 for this house. You know, we saw it on Zillow. He's going to say, okay, thank you very much. I'll be in touch. And then the email comes in, and then the guy's selling the home. He's like, oh, great. I know what he's going to do. He's going to say 190, and then it says 225. And you're like, wait a minute, you think you can 225? Zillow. Henry's like, fuck Zillow, man. I'm telling you, this is Henry Steffes you're talking to. I'm the legend. You got to have extreme confidence if you're going to wear red rim glasses. You know he's great. It's the glasses alone that does it. Henry Steffes, the realtor of choice. Keller Williams Real Estate. That's Keller Williams Rivertown. Loving our neighborhoods. That's what he does. Reach out to Henry if you're in the market to buy or sell. I swear to God, I'm almost done with these sponsors. It could be worse. If I had none, boy, would we be in bad shape. Sarah Honda just signed up for another quarter of marketing. And I heard from through the grapevine that they are no longer advertising on a radio show because of a series of circumstances. I don't want to reveal too much, but all I know is that the radio show in West Michigan is like, wait a minute, why are they canceling? Well, there's a reason for it, and I'm not saying I have anything to do with it. All I'm saying is that I'm proud because they're still here. I still have Sarah Honda Granville on the Eric Zane Show podcast, and I'm very proud of that. And you don't. That's because more people listen to this than that. What? What are you saying, Eric? You're more popular than a radio show? Yes, I am. Here's how it works. 20 years ago, there's 100,000 people listening to a radio show or listening to the radio in Grand Rapids. And then that's a pie. And you have, let's say one station gets 25% of the audience. That's a 25 share. All right? Fast forward to 2020. The same radio show still has a 25 share, but now there's only 10,000 people listening. You see how that works? So where they had 25,000 people listening, excuse me, now they have 2,500. Well, it turns out that all the advertisers know this because they're smart. And then Eric shows up and says, yeah, I'm putting 10,000 a week on the podcast alone, on the audio podcast. I've got another 35,000 minutes viewed on Facebook. Really? That sounds like a lot. Yeah, I know. I'm fortunate. It's crazy. It's stupid. Well, you must charge like a lot. No, I don't. I don't charge that much money. So I told that to Sarah Honda, and they go, oh, well, fuck. Let's do it. Sign you back up. So that's how it is. The only way this works, though, is if while you're listening to the podcast, you're aware that Sarah Honda is the sponsor, and if you need a new or pre-owned Honda, you go and engage them. I just talked to a fan of the show, Derek, and he just purchased a car. He wore a Zaniac shirt in there, the one with all my pets on it, and that's how you do it. And that's with all of my sponsors. If you drop my name to any one of these sponsors, we're golden. Thank you so much. SarahHondaGranville.com is their website. Shop for a new or pre-owned certified used Honda today at Sarah Honda Granville. They're on Kennewatt near 44th Street in Granville, Michigan. I got one more sponsor to talk about. I know. But then I'm going to play you this video of Judge Judy versus George Floyd. That's something you never thought you would ever hear. It's Judge Judy taking on George Floyd. My God, this is crazy. Thanks to BK Guns and Stuff, servicing our clientele all around the nation. Stand by. If you need your gun fixed, this is where you go. Benjamin and Kyle Newton from BK Guns and Stuff want to work on your weaponry. It might be all screwed up. All right, hang on. I just got distracted. Okay, sorry. Let me just finish the ad, then I'll read the comments. I picked up my phone though because I needed Benjamin's number. Hold on. Like, what is going on with this podcast, Zane? You're really letting it go. Call Benjamin Newton at 616-902-2447, one of two gunsmiths at BK Guns and Stuff. He's the Benjamin side of that. Kyle, his wife, is the other side of that. Okay? BK Guns and Stuff refurbishes, customizations. Sign up to have a home defense shotgun with the pump action made out to look like Trump's dick. Now, I threw that out there metaphorically, but I think if you ask him to do that, he can actually build you a home defense shotgun with the pump action, that thing, to look like Trump's dick. And that, I think you should do that. There you go. You just there's like an invader in your home invasion. You grab your Trump's dick shotgun, cock it, boom. Oh, the home of the Trump's dick shotgun. Maybe BK Guns and Stuff. I need to look at the email. I get people yelling at me because I tell people to email, and then I don't look at it. Cameo. Tip info. Kenny writes, you can only tip someone on Cameo after the Cameo has been completed. They will get an email alerting them that it's been done and it's available. And following up on Cameo after that will enable someone to leave a tip. Okay, thank you. Tyler writes this. Subject line, Brenneman. I apologize to the people who sign my paychecks. Tyler writes, who says that? That sounds so insincere. I would never say that if I were in his position. What a jackass. Allison from Harbor Humane weighs in with the link for Pet Portraits for a Cause. You donate $20 to Harbor Humane, and then you request me. You send a picture of your puppy dog or your cat, and I will draw it. I'm going to add it to the link right now on the live stream. I'll put it into the chat. Harbor Humane, Eric draws your pet fund. There's going to be so many of you people that take it. I'm going to be spending all my time doing this. It might take me a while to get them all done, but I'll get it done. There it is. And you can save it. Excuse me. Jim says, thank you for calling, my son. All right, I have to make a phone call to a friend after this. Stu says they ever find Rodney. You know what? I gotta bring this up to him. I've given up like propping this on the other microphone because it keeps falling. It's embarrassing. This is still embarrassing. Come on, Stu. Marcy says, Jim sounded like a grown-ass man. No, he's got good pipes. He does. He's witty as hell, too. Jim is funny. My God, does that guy make me laugh.
Hi, you've reached the phone of Stu McAllister. Please leave your name and number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Stu, I wanted you to sign. Hey, buddy! I wanted you to be the chairperson for the Tom Brenneman fan club. It's a stupid joke. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Call me back. I took the phone off Do Not Disturb, so I'll pick it up. See ya. I always put the phone on Do Not Disturb so it doesn't bug me during the show. And my wife bitches at me. Wait, what's going on? Let's see. Justin is now #1 helper, Jackie writes. He's made me breakfast the past 2 days and woke up at 4 a.m. to get my ice machine. Oh, man, this is bad news. Justin's winning favor. All right. Big Dick Donnie writes, Saturday, I have a this is perfect. This is how Don Veltman operates. The dude has he's in rough shape right now with all the pandemic stuff. He can't make money. But this is what Don does with his time. Excuse me. Saturday, I have a fundraiser for Trooper Caleb Starr, the state policeman who was killed by the drunk driver. 50% of all saves, dine-in delivery, carry-out, etc., goes to support his family, noon to 8 or later if people are still ordering. Would you mind mentioning that tomorrow? Well, come on, Don. I'll mention it today and tomorrow. Come on, is anybody around? You know, it's like, Jesus. I'm guessing it happens at Howard City Lanes. You know, like, they'll have the bar open. It's crazy. You can go to a bar, but you can't actually go bowling. Nobody wants to talk to me today. Sarah says, Stu, no doubt.
Your call has...
for God's sake, fuck it. I'm not calling anybody anymore. All right, let me end with this. This is staggering audio. I cannot believe this. The fact that Judge Judy had in front of her George freaking Floyd, the deceased dude, all right, who got killed by that cop, Derek Chauvin. Well, make no mistake, there had been many issues for George Floyd growing up, and then at one point, he and his dad appeared before Judge fucking Judy. Of all the things. A little bit of background. He's there because he carjacked a lady, and she is the plaintiff in this in front of Judge Judy. And then Floyd is only 16 years old, though. This is probably like 25 years ago. And he's 16 years old, and he starts with his dad next to him, and then Judge Judy talks to the dad, and then it's just her and George Floyd talking. And Floyd, after he took the car, he crashed it. And he got in big trouble for this, obviously. And but the woman is suing him for damages to the vehicle because he crashed her car. And so, all right, he's in front of Judge Judy. It's like, I'm wondering how the hell would this even be? How would you expect this to go? You stole her car and crashed it, and she wants you to pay for the damage to the vehicle. Does that sound reasonable? I mean, of course it sounds reasonable. Now, and I said this before, and I was setting up the clip, it's unbelievable that it's actually the guy. But had this happened to anyone, the point of view by, in this case, George Floyd, and if it had been anybody else, black or white, is so crazily entitled that I would play it then, too. It's that fucked up. But because it's George Floyd, it's even that more ridiculous. Okay? Check this out.
You've been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Floyd, you're not going to make any excuses for him, are you?
No.
Great. Then why don't you have a seat?
Okay. That's the dad of George Floyd saying no. And Judge Judy goes, well, then sit. And he goes, okay. He is not about to fuck with her, man. She is a tyrant in the courtroom, man. Make no mistake. She is an absolute pit bull.
This young man carjacked your car. Yes, he did. And he hurt you when he did it. Yes. And then he crashed the car. Yes. He was caught. Yes. Indicted. Convicted. Yes. I assume you took a plea, is that right?
Yes.
And placed on 5 years probation. You want him to compensate you for the damage to your car. That's correct. Minimally. That's all you're suing for. Just the damage to your car. I'm listening.
Well, Your Honor, what happened was I was coming from my girlfriend's house, and coming from her house, I got a little cold on the walk home. So I headed down one of the blocks, and I saw her come out of her vehicle, and I walked up to her, pushed her onto the grass, took her car, and I drove off up 89th Fence.
All right, let's pause right there. He just said, I got cold, so I went down the street and took someone's car. That so doesn't add up in anybody's brain. And that's how in the world does that happen? Is there something defective in this person at this age that would make them, oh, I'm cold, thus I must go carjack someone. I must go steal a car. That is crazy to me.
Jeffrey, then that's where the police seen me. They started chasing me. Then when I got to South Chicago, even more police cars came, and that's when the chase began. And
now while they're playing this, they show a clip of George Floyd's father, and he's got this look in his face like, fuck, this is going to be bad. This is why I wish I was standing next to him, because I know when he talks, things get even more fucked up.
To the police barrier, they caught me.
And?
They took me out of the car and arrested me.
Did you crash the car?
Yes.
You left that out. Who's supposed to pay for that?
I guess I am, but since it wasn't my car.
If it was your car, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
So who's supposed to pay for her damaged car? Whose fault is it?
Well, it's my fault for crashing her car, but I shouldn't have to pay for it.
Why?
Because I was the driver, and I would never crash if the police were getting away.
So it's the police's fault?
Yes.
It's the police's fault for chasing you?
Yes.
Look at your father.
Look at your father.
Look at your father.
Look at him. He's got a look on his face like, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. As soon as we get out of here, you're fucking dead. You are so dead.
It's the police's fault?
No.
Good. How old are you?
16,
How tall are you?
6'1",
How much do you weigh?
172,
How tall do you think she is?
5'5",
How much do you think she weighs?
probably 130.
Think she fell down hard when you pushed her?
I pushed her in the grass.
Think she fell down hard on the grass?
I wasn't trying to hurt her. I was just trying to get the keys so I can get home.
Did you ask for the keys?
No.
What do you do with your time, Mr. Floyd?
I work with my father doing carpentry.
Perfect. Father's a carpenter?
Yes.
How many days a week does your father work?
7 days a week.
Works hard.
Yes.
How many days do you work with him?
Probably 3 days out of the week.
Why?
Because I have a personal life.
You have a personal life?
Yes.
Your personal life is going to get less.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
You have a personal life?
Yes.
What kind of personal life do you have, Mr. Floyd?
I have friends and a girlfriend.
You have bums. You have bums. Because if your personal life involves hanging around with people who don't have jobs, then they're bums. Do you go to school?
Yes.
How many days a week do you go to school?
Every day.
You pass everything in school?
No.
Your friends who were part of your personal life, do they pass everything in school?
I don't know. I'm not them.
Is this the first time you were arrested?
Don't get
And
smart.
convicted.
That's not.
And convicted. Oh, my God. Oh, first of all, just don't get smart with her. Don't do it. Oh, shit. Oh, this guy. Oh, man. Can you imagine if they like play this, if this guy, on my show, nobody gives a shit. There's hardly anybody listening. But if this caught fire and then there was like some movement to cancel Judge Judy, she would physically approach individual people and beat the fuck out of them. Oh my God. Oh God, is that a crazy, crazy thing? Again, it puts it like over the top that that's actually George Floyd, the guy who got killed, saying that. But if that had been anyone else, I still would have played that because of the unbelievably entitled attitude of this guy. Wow. And again, maybe he became less of an asshole as he got older. I have no idea. I know very little about this. Is what I know about George Floyd. That he's dead. And there is a big bunch of body cam footage that now actually might make it so that Chauvin isn't in the trouble that everybody thinks he's going to be in. And man, if that happens, holy shit, the whole world is going to go kablooey, because that body cam footage was very revealing about what actually happened, and something that not everybody has seen. The body cam footage was very strange. And then there was, you know what? I better not even get into it, because then I'll end up, I've already done enough to get myself canceled today, and that's pretty much all I need. Damn it. I take the phone off Do Not Disturb, and then everything just goes kablooey. 8 million things pour in at once. This one's Stu. He just called back.
Eric Zane.
Stu McAllister, how are you?
I'm good, man. Although I can't believe that Owen Hart beat Marty Jannetty. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, is there something going on with that? Have you been paying attention to that Marty Jannetty thing?
Yeah, where he talked about killing someone when he was 13.
Yeah.
I saw the tweet or Instagram post or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, I saw it. Very, very weird. But I mean, he's a drunk with probably a lot of head injuries over the years, and God knows what's going on in that bush brain.
And then the guy that he allegedly killed, he was probably an asshole too, and I don't hear anybody missing that guy, so fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's kind of like that Dixie Chick song. No one gives a fuck about Earl.
Oh, yes. Fuck Earl. I love that song, by the way.
It's a good song.
Is it a guilty pleasure song? Would that be considered a guilty pleasure song?
I guess. Although, you know why, man? I do dig the Chicks. I like them.
I do, too.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'd like them to sing and then like try to have sex with me, but I have to have to fend them off.
What is that called? Quadruple? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
No, just a foursome, I guess.
Just have a quadruple.
Quadruple sounds cooler than foursome.
Did you see the Tom Brenneman thing?
Which one is he? Which asshole?
He's the one who said F rhymes with bag on TV last night.
Yeah, from the Reds? Yes.
Oh, my God. And then right away, he does that apology. And then during the apology, Nick Castellanos hits a home run. So he has to say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry I said F rhymes with bag. I think I'm going to lose my job. Oh, there's a home run by Nick Castellanos.
Oh, digger!
Holy
It's
shit.
the best.
Holy
it's the greatest all time.
Oh, my God. That I was floored by this thing. And I parked on it. And then I was actually doing the story. And I had so many times said F rhymes with bag that at one point while telling it, I said F rhymes with, and then I said it. I actually said it. And
bag rhymes with bag.
Yeah, and if you in the video, I actually reached like I was going to hit a dump button.
I know this is live, but where's the dump button?
Hey, slow man. So,
that's the greatest.
Now, yesterday I played that clip of those two hillbilly bitches.
Oh, I loved it. That was the best.
Now, you just texted me, did they ever find Randy? Which is a reference to that. Well, dude, yes. That was actually a comedian. Damn it.
It was all fake, huh?
Yeah, it was. And I even said when I played it, I was like, this is either a really, really talented person, both of them, or it's real. You know, it's that good.
Right.
Chelsea Lynn is her name, and she's, I got to check her out. That's funny shit. She's great. That was just awesome. I felt like a first-class dickhead for being, out of the loop. I mean, she's got like 3.5 million people that follow her, and I don't know who the fuck she is. I thought it was just some fucking fat bitch just sitting there yelling.
I'm in the loop, and I have no clue who that is. I mean, that just tells you there's such a weird world out there that we're just unaware of,
Yeah, for sure, man.
People can make these characters, and my buddy Brent Terhune, he does that redneck guy. Have you seen that thing?
I think you tipped me off about that, and I think I have. Yeah, he does a lot of those little video pieces.
Yeah, where he pretends to be like a Trump supporter, but then he essentially just says everything about how Trump's kind of dumb or whatever. So it's confusing to a lot of people. But it's very funny stuff.
So I saw your Twitter war with your with that anti-masker. I saw that.
Oh yeah. I went hard at him, and then he just blocked me.
Oh, he did, because I thought he could have been a bot. Have you heard about bots?
Yeah. At first I thought maybe he was too, but he was responding to me. So
I'm very well, I've had people respond to me too, and then people have said that, Eric, I think that was a bot. And to be honest with you, I don't know what that means. I have no clue how this is happening. And I think my only guess is this is what's called AI.
Yes.
So it picks when people are saying things and magically responds to them?
Right.
Oh, my God. That's incredible.
Yeah, it picks up on keywords. And I guess it just picked up on mask or whatever. And there you go. But I don't know. The guy didn't follow me. No one I knew followed him. So, I mean, I don't know how he found it. Maybe it was a bot. I don't really know, but I wouldn't think a bot would block me, right?
Right. Yeah, I think that I don't know. Hell, Jesus.
Yeah. It's all pain in the ass, dude. The more I'm participating, the less I'm like it.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as it once used to be,
Oh, exactly. There's no question. You know what's crazy is I could have sworn not long ago I talked to you on the phone and you said, man, I'm not really going to be available to talk in the morning, and I'm probably not going to be able to listen to podcasts that much anymore. And here you are, and I know you listen to a lot of podcasts. It's almost like you don't work at that place you got the job at, and it's almost like you're driving around delivering Dippin' Dots.
It's weird, right? It's weird how that happened. Yeah, that's the only good thing about driving the Dots again is I get to listen to podcasts again.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you can listen to all. What are some other ones you're listening to, Stu?
I listen to the news ones in the morning, like Start Here, Up First. I listen to the Daily, and then sometimes I listen to ESPN The Daily.
Yeah.
But the chick who used to host it, Mina Kimes, she's no longer doing it because she got promoted to like a football analyst or something. So the new dude who's doing it, Pablo Torre, I'm not a fan of his, but it kind of stinks. All the sport podcasts aren't good because no sports are really happening. So I'm not a huge fan.
Well, thank God we got Tom Brenneman. I mean, I was talking, Stu. You may have seen the story how last night was Tom Brenneman's big moment to shine, but the day before, the Charlotte Hornets play-by-play man, you saw he tweeted the N-word. He's the happiest man in the world right now because Tom Brenneman. He's like, oh fuck, I'm nobody gives a shit about me now because Tom Brenneman said F rhymes with bag. Fucking
At first, I was like, going, how is this like the same thing? But then I was like, it's basketball and the other was baseball and whatever. I'm like, what is wrong with you fucking announcers? So.
Oh shit.
But Zane, it's so funny. Have you heard of the app Marco Polo?
No.
It is kind of like a Snapchat app where you just communicate via video and then it just goes to the person you send it to, but it doesn't last like 10 seconds. You can talk for a half hour if you want. So this girl I know back in Buffalo, she's like, oh, let's start using Snapchat or Marco Polo. So I've been using Marco Polo with her, and I just call her fag and dyke and all sorts of stuff. And I'm just like, if that ever got out, I would be canceled fucking immediately.
Yeah.
So
it just got out. You just said it.
God, it's so dumb, man.
What if he okay, I don't think he'll ever work again, but what about if he said, ladies and gentlemen, this is Marty Brenneman. You need to know that people say these words like F rhymes with bag all the time. That doesn't mean we're bad people. I think you're an F rhymes with bag. If he had done that, instead of apologizing, I think he'd have a better chance of surviving,
Sure, probably, right?
But instead, he was all weird about it. It was like, the guy who signs my paychecks, I'm sorry to you, which is what he said.
Right.
It's so bad that yesterday a person reporting on the story reported what he said, actually wrote the word out, and they're trying to cancel him.
Oh, God. Come on. I mean, you and I, we're from that generation where we just call each other fags or whatever, and it doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm 100% aware that I should not say fag, and I don't just yell fag at random strangers or anything. Like, I call you a fag, or I call my friends fags. I don't call anyone else fags. It's just like, we all know it's a dumb thing to say, and we say it. That's it.
If he had said that, what you just said, do you think he'd probably still be fired? But I think,
he'd still be fired.
Yeah. So do you think he should be fired?
Suspended, maybe, I guess. It was an off-the-cuff remark. He wasn't directing it at anybody particularly, was he?
He said the fag capital of the world. He was referring to someplace.
Like San Francisco or whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever. God bless America. Again, you and I are like, whatever, he said fag, I don't give a shit. But, 20-year-olds are like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh
I
my
don't think
God.
there was no malice in his heart. Let's say that.
I think if he said what you said when you just did that, yeah, I call you this, I call you. If he had said that, then I think he should have been promoted. I think they should have. I think they should have given him a raise and said, right. You said the right thing.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
You called it out for what it was. I'm totally kidding. I'm actually half scared about this, about everything. That's the way it is, and especially as you and I get older and more fucked up, and the world gets more woke. Like my daughter, she's 18. She's gonna burst in here with a machete and cut my head off if she hears that I said that word.
I don't know if you listen to the Daily or not. But go check it out because they did a couple episodes about cancel culture and how it's not really that good of a thing, because then it just talks about how you can't have opposing thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it makes it so the world is just one thing and one thing only. There isn't there's and then everything has been squeaky sanitized, and there isn't any. You're right. There's no way to go from there, or nowhere to go from there.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you get a chance, go listen to it. They're like a half hour, 45 minutes each, and it came out last week. So if you were to go look for it, it just, it says cancel culture. We're pretty easy to find. So, they even talk about a guy who's very liberal, very left wing, and he's like, yeah, cancel culture is not really a good thing. So,
yeah,
there you go.
I believe that. That. That's true. Well, we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep.
If he survives this, man, I was just talking about this with the audience. If he survives this, that is another indicator of how much everybody at the radio station on GRD hated my guts. Because, again, I made fun of a guy's pants.
Yes.
And so they're like, fuck him. He's out. Tom Brenneman, he said F rhymes with bag. We want Brenneman,
Gentlemen here.
All right. Stuart, I appreciate your help.
Oh, sure, man. Always good to talk to you.
Yeah, always great to check out the LMNO podcast. You can find it just about anywhere. And also on Patreon. Stu McAllister, you can find him and sign up for his Patreon or listen to his podcast.
There you go.
All right.
All
right. Bev Grubbs sucks. She's an asshole.
All
right. See you. Bye. Oh, that was funny. Holy shit. He actually made my butthole pucker when he started saying that word. All right, looks like about 2:22. Not bad. Softball, this is a home run. Calling it F rhymes with bag. Talk to you on Patreon, folks. Have a great one. Thank you. Bye-bye.